Hey everyone, Frank Menard here from the Menard team coaching and training. Hey, this week I just want to share with you a little bit of a story about a meeting I had with a group of actually local real estate agents today. We've been studying Think and Grow Rich in 10 Minutes a Day by Napoleon Hill, and today's topic was about persistence. So what is persistence? Persistence is basically continuing to do what you know you need to do despite the obstacles that might be in your way, despite the difficulties that might be affecting your ability to move forward. Oftentimes we're just crawling forward, but that person who is persistent is always successful. And I think it's really important. So we started that conversation, again, as I said earlier, with a group of real estate agents. And the conversation kind of turned into, hey, what's your magic power? What's your magic talent? And I actually told a story about when I was a young boy in elementary school. I was once told that my voice was too loud, and I was told not to speak quite so loud. And what happened is it kind of caused me not to speak at all because I was afraid that I was annoying someone. And I'm sure the person that told me I was being too loud wasn't doing it intentionally, but it had an effect on me. It had an effect on me that I didn't present myself very well until I was much older in life. I'm talking somewhere probably around the age of 35 or 40 before I actually started using my voice to help other people and to be more successful and determined in my own personal life. So I shared that story, and then we kind of went around the room and asked everybody, what's your magic power? Some of the folks that I asked said, I don't think I have one. We all have a magic power. We all have something that we naturally do really well. Now, whether or not we use that power is a different story. But if you're involved in a career, if you're doing a job that you currently don't like to do, it's because it's not one of your magic powers. It's not one of your strengths. It's not something you do naturally. Because you see, if the person that told me not to speak so loudly had told me a different message, which might have been, hey, you know what? You have a pretty good voice. You might want to think about becoming a radio or television broadcaster. You might want to think about doing some recordings. You might want to use that voice to earn a good living. Huh. That's kind of a different message than don't talk so loud. And it had an effect on me. So as we went around the room, some of the folks who were having difficulty expressing what their magic power was, I said, why don't you ask the other people in the room? You guys all work at the same office. You're kind of like a family. I bet you they see something in you that you don't see. And it's a fact. In fact, I watched for a good part of an hour people sharing what they thought their magic power was, and I hear other people support or maybe inform the person of what they perceived as their magic power, and people just started to light up. And I said, now what if you took that natural magical power that we're all born with? We all have something. Some of us have a few things, but we all have something that we're really good at. What if you took that and made that part of your marketing for whatever it is that you do in life, whether it's in sales or speaking or selling real estate or whatever your job is, whatever. What if you just had fun? What if you got up every single morning and had fun with the fact that you're going to use your magic power to impact the lives of others, to serve others? So if you struggle when you get up in the morning to get excited about what you're doing, maybe you're not doing the right thing, or maybe you haven't identified the fun way to do it. In my real estate career, everybody used to say, you got to make a lot of phone calls, like cold calls, prospecting calls to people to see who you could find to buy a house or to sell a house. That never really worked for me. What worked for me was when I asked my wife, what is my strongest characteristic? And I would share this for you. I learned a long time ago through some study that I was reading. He said the individual who did the writing said, do this. Go to the person you trust the most and say, without giving it any thought, just answer this question. What is my strongest characteristic? And when I asked my wife that question, oh God, probably 20, 25 years ago, I remember specifically she said one word, empathy. And it's interesting, I turned that one word empathy, actually understanding and caring for others, and made that part of my marketing, part of my presentation, physically and otherwise, that I actually do care about people. And what makes me different as a coach, as a real estate agent, as a life insurance agent, as a car salesman, all the things that I've done in my life, what makes me different is I actually do care. In fact, I said it a little bit more colorfully, but we'll share that for later. I actually do care. And that's why I do what I do, to inspire, to positively impact the lives of others. So, what I would like to challenge you to do today, just like I challenged the agents that I was with this afternoon, spend a little time reflecting on what is your magical power? What do you really enjoy doing? What are you known for? Maybe you're a funny person. Maybe you're a caring person. Maybe you're a really supporting person. What's the characteristic that stands out the strongest in your personality? And if you don't know, ask somebody. Ask somebody that you know and trust that will give you a really good supportive answer. And then turn that magical power into your personal strength to achieve anything you want, to help anybody you can, because you've got the power. So look, I hope this video connects with you today. I know that we all struggle as we go through life, and life is such a good journey that we need to be enjoying it. So why would we want to do something that we're mediocre at, or maybe even something that we hate, that we despise? Let's go do something that you really enjoy doing. But the first thing you have to do, you have to answer, what is your magical power, and how can you turn that into achieving whatever it is that you want? Hey, I hope this struck a chord. Please, as always, share it with a friend if you think somebody needs it. If you need some help identifying who you are, what are you doing, what's your characteristics, how to develop a plan to achieve your best life, please send me a message down below in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to connect with you. Have a discovery call, just have a conversation about how I might be able to help you live your best life. So, with that, give me a like, give me a share, and I will talk to you next week. Frank Menard with the Menard team, powered by the Napoleon Hill Institute. Have a great day, guys.